Hello guys and welcome to QuipoIn. So in the previous video we discussed about the basic of HTML forms and we learned how to create a basic HTML form. So in this video we are going to discuss about more of the input type of the HTML forms. So without any further delay, hit that like button, subscribe to QuipoIn and let's get started. So in the previous video we discussed about the input tag, and we also discussed that the input tag has an attribute called type and the type has many elements. For example, the button, checkboxes, color, date, time, email, and you can see ongoing list here. So while creating the previous feedback form, we use the input type text and the input type submit. So in this video, let's discuss more of this input type and let's create a registration form. So when you go down, so you can see a registration form here. So we will create this registration form together and learn about more of the input elements. Now again open your favorite ID. I have written the basic HTML structured code here and I have written the question here. As you can see, a registration form. So the heading will be registration form. There will be a username with type text, a password with type password, email, age, date of birth, gender, and hobbies. The gender will be a single choice and hobbies will be multiple choice, a profile picture, upload button, and a submit button. So here you can confirm it: a registration form, a username field, password field, email field, phone number field, website field, age field, a date of birth, gender with radio buttons, hobbies with checkboxes, a profile picture button to upload profile picture, a upload button, and a submit button or a register button. So open your favorite ID. We will be using VS Code here again, and I'll be opening the live environment. Now let's get started. So in the previous video we discussed how to create a form. So we'll be using a form tag and we'll go to next. So the first thing is a heading with a registration form. So it is quite simple. We will give it a H1 heading with regis registration form. So here we got our heading. Now the next thing is username. So in the previous video, as you must have remembered, we have two tags. The first tag is label tag, the other and the other tag is the input tag. So in a username is simply a text field. So we will be giving it a type equals to text. The ID will be username and the name will be username. So we have created a text field for username. We will select a label for it. I hope you all remembered about the label and text and why it is important, especially the ID attribute in the input. So we are creating it for username, and what will be displayed here? Username. Okay, so we have created a username field, and I'll just break two lines for better formatting. Yeah, so we got our first field, that is username. Now the second field is a password field. So again we will give input type, input type. Now for creating a safe password, basically a password should be safe. So for creating a safe environment for typing or getting a password information, there is a element in the attribute, in the type attribute called password, which basically help user, or it secures the password of the user. And again the rest of thing will be same. we'll give it password, and the name should be password password, and we are done with our input. Now we will give it a label. So label, we are creating it for password, and what will be shown? Password. So we have created a password. As you can see, I am getting a safe and integrated password. So now let's again I'll get a BR, and it's done. Okay, so now we have created our username and password. Now we'll create a email. For the email, it is really important to use email because there might be some error while writing the email. So it will be confirmed that the email that user has uh, given us is correct. So that is why we use email. Input type, so it will simply be email, and again ID will be email, the name will be email, and it's done. br for a, now few things have been done: username, password, email. Now comes the age. So you might be thinking why we are writing and why we are using a type email when we can use type text in the email too. That will work too, but it is more safer and more integrated when we give the type of what we want the data to be. As in, if it is a normal text, there might be some error in the email and it won't be detected and the data will be compromised. So if there is an email type, the data won't be compromised, and we will get the correct email ID, and the user will be told that your email ID is wrong, so kindly please change or look into it. So now we are going to create it for age. So we are creating a field for age. So here goes the age. Now age is a number. Okay, so user might type or might violate the data by typing some letters by mistake. So that is why there is a element number in the attribute type, which confirms that no letter has been typed, only the number has been typed. So age, name will be age. So here are the few things before we proceed further. First of all, as we have given a number, there comes an another attribute in this, which is called min. So what this min attribute will do, it will confirm that there is a minimum number that has been provided. Like for example, if the registration form is only for 16, so the min will be 16. So only a minimum number has been, or only people with 16 can be typed. Like you can see, it won't go down, but it can go till up. Okay, so that is the role of min. So this is quite important. So we'll move forward. Now next is date of birth. So again, I'll now just copy paste it, and I'll just change the types. So it will be, let's say, DOB, and it will show date of birth. Now for date of birth, there is something, we need a calendar for it, right? If there is a calendar for date of birth, so it will be more convenient to select the date of birth. So for that we have a type called date. I'll just give it a break for formatting. So as you can see, as we have typed the date, so the date has date of birth as date, month, and year. So I'll give it ID of DOB. So the name will be DOB, and we'll remove the limit 16. So now you can see we have our month, we have the years. Okay, so this is how a date of birth is created, or this is how the input type date is used. Now we have gender. Now here comes the most famous or most used type, that are radio and checkboxes. So radio is used for single choice. So we will go for it. So label for, we are giving it for a gender, and what will be shown, gender. This is the label. So gender, and the uh, okay, just for better formatting, yeah, so BR for better formatting. Now the input type equals to radio. Okay, the input type will be radio, and the first gender is, we say, male. Okay, so the I'll give it a ID male, and the name of the input male. Okay, so it has been done, and I'll just copy paste it, Control C, Control V, get gender, and here I'll just write male, and here I'll give a BR, and we are done with it. So this is how we create a radio button or a single choice. So what I'll do is I'll just copy paste it. I'll just copy paste it and do it for the, like, say, other three. So male, another was will be female, female, and it, it will be other, other. Sorry for that. Other, other, and this will be other. So see, we have got our radio buttons. So as you can see, we have created a radio button. Now the thing is, you can see here there is a problem, that if a gender is one, then why all three values has been selected. This is because of very simple thing. As I mentioned, the name attribute in the input, so this will come into the play. As you know, the name input give a name to the input. So we need only one name, that is gender, to this input. So if we need to give these all input the same value as the gender, so what will happen, then only one will be selected, one value will be selected. So if I write, if I give the gender to the name field, so now you can see only one value will be selected, because all the value are being stored in the gender, and radio button only allows a single input. Now as we have created the gender, now we will go and create the hobbies. So for the hobbies, again I'll just copy paste it, the same thing, control V, but we will change this to hobbies. We will change this to hobbies, and here we will change these to hobbies. Label for, I can say, what is my hobby? Coding. I'll change it to coding, and all the rest to coding. Name will be coding, and the value will be coding. Okay, so instead of input type, we are going to select a checkbox. So you can see checkbox appears. Okay, so now we'll again do it for all. So let's say as I let's say reading. So the value will be reading. All the value I'll change it to reading. The name will be reading, and the type will be checkbox. Same for it, check box, and we'll change it to dance, and dance, dance, and here it will be dance. So uh, so we have uh, done it. We have created a checkbox also. I'll just provide a space here, and everything will be okay. The format will be same. So now we have created a username, a password, an email, age, date of birth with a calendar, gender with a radio button and a single choice, and hobbies with multiple selection areas. Now what is left? Now we are left with profile picture, upload button and submit button. So we'll go with the profile first. So for the profile, for basically for uploading a profile, we have a file type. So I'll just create again the input where type will be equal to file, and you can see we got the file. So I'll give the ID, which will be upload. Name, I'll give it again upload, and it's done. So I'm thinking of giving it a label. So label, what, how it is shown here, I'll just will check. Profile picture. Okay, so label for uh, upload, say upload, and profile picture, and we got that. And the last thing is the button. So nothing but input type equals to button, and we get a button here, as you can see. I'll just PR, and we the ID will be, say, upload. No, the ID, let's say sub uh, what we can give id. Okay, so we can change the id here. We will give it for pp, profile picture. We'll give pp, and we'll give pp profile picture, and here we'll give the id upload. Okay, upload, and name equals to upload, and the value will be equal to upload. So you can see we got an upload button. Now there is a very unique attribute to the button type, that is and on click alert. So when we will click this, a pop-up will come that whether my profile picture has been uploaded or not. So for that we will just write on click, on click equals to alert. Okay, so it alert, and what message we want it to show: profile picture uploaded. When the button is clicked, it will be shown the profile picture uploaded, and we are done. Okay, so we got an upload button, choose file, and now let's go to the last part. uh, okay, yeah, input has been done. Now go to the last part, that is the submit button. So submit button we have created in the previous video, so it will be nothing but simply a submit. So we get a submit button, and I'll just write br and br for better. But now as here we can see it has a register, either rather than the submit. So it is nothing but the value will be changed. Value will be register, and everything is done. We'll give it id, which is submit, and name, which will be submit. So we have created this form. As you can see, we have done everything: the registration form, username, password, email, age, date of birth, gender with 3 radio buttons, hobbies, and we have a profile picture upload button, and upload and register. So we have created the form. Now let's run and see it. So we'll just go live, and we get our registration form here. So we have created our registration form. Like you can see, the password, the emails, the age will be a number, and we can choose it from here. The date of birth is from the calendar. There is only single choice radio button, multiple hobbies. If I choose file, so I'm getting all my files. I'll close it. If I click upload button, we are getting profile picture uploaded, and if I and then finally the register button, and everything will be saved. So I hoped you understood few of the input types. We have discussed more of the input types here. You can go and check it out. Like we have hidden input type, we have upload file, which we have discussed, we have the email that I have discussed, local date and time, which is usually date and time together, and we have date, we have discussed the color, we simply use color for it, and we have majorly covered most of the input type buttons. So you can go and check out our exercises we have uploaded in the QuipoIn, and there you can find exercises. You can go and check it out in the HTML and in the forms We have uploaded the exercises. You can go to the list let's discuss section, and if you type series, or rather hashtag html series by QuipoIn, you will get all the interview question that can be asked, and you can go and prepare well for your interviews from yours. And you can also upload your queries, question and answers in discuss a forum, and we will be answering all your queries and we'll be solving your problems. So thank you, guys. In the next video we'll come up with more of the forms attribute, and we'll discuss the forms attribute that are action and method attribute in much more detail. So thank you for your time. Thank you.